Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shout out to you brothers out there feeding the flock. It's motivating. And shout out to you sisters out there who are listening and trying. Today I want to talk about last week what I witnessed, and watching these brothers out there in Tampa. What I witnessed, and how what I witnessed, how it ties with scripture, and to just to talk about it, and to give out word of encouragement, motivation, acknowledgement to these brothers out there in St. Pete that are out there diligently putting this work and feeding sheep such as myself, and they do a great job at it through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All praise Yahweh for all you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth pushing the truth, the gospel, and so let's get to it. Let me show you what incident I was talking about that I witnessed, and how there's scripture that ties into it and all that.
Go to 21 real quick. This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children. The scripture say prepare slaughter for his children. Whose children? Who the fuck wanna fight? Who's the slaughter being prepared for? God. Go ahead. Devil. Fuck him. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. The scripture said prepare slaughter for the iniquity of his fathers. Alright? So the Most High is preparing slaughter for the iniquity of these goddamn white people, man. Alright, the so-called white man's going down. The white man's going down, thus saith the Lord. Read it again. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the faith. The fuck is you preaching? God love everybody. My book. You love everybody? Book, bro. You love everybody? My book. Hey, do you love everybody? Talking about white man. You love everybody, nigga. Do you love everybody? Nigga, do you? Do you love everybody?
And it's sad, man. It's sad to see that that this captivity that we're under is the worst captivity ever, because we lost our understanding of who we truly are. We lost our heritage. We lost our knowledge of self. And as you can see, this brother that approached us, is completely walking in darkness. On top of that, he was really intoxicated, so he was even more blind, more in darkness. Being under the influence. And let's go on.
You sitting here talking about the white man. You down in the white man. You down in the white man. You ain't no motherfucker. It says prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You talking about back up, nigga? I'm on that shit. I'm on that shit, brother. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their.
Now, the purpose of this video is to just expose and to show that these brothers are truly in the spirit, and that the Lord is truly dwelling and dealing with these brothers, and just to give word of encouragement, and to also link up certain scriptures that by faith I believe that it just the Lord gave to me to tie with this video, and just to watch us.
Fathers, that they do not rise up, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You ain't no prophet, nigga. Talking about the white man this and the white man that. The white man's going to slavery. Read it again, huh? You ain't no prophet. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land,
Now, what scripture ties into this is that this is evident that yeah, it looks like, we seeing things, everything is we seeing things through the natural realm, where we see cars, bodies, trees, birds, but this is evident that this work that these brothers are doing, and that you other brothers throughout the four corners of the earth are doing, is more powerful than what we see through the world, through the flesh, through the worldly things. Ephesians 6:12, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers." So even, we are mighty through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai by calling on the names, by calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But if we were to try to control or tame an individual like that individual who was clearly had demons on him, and even threatened the prophets with a weapon, you know what I'm saying? Even the demons in the spiritual realm are more powerful than us. If we try to go up against a demon, even the spiritual realm is more powerful than us. We're really powerful through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But without the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, without knowing the name, we're powerless trying to control or go up against these any demonic forces. You know what I'm saying? That's how powerful the spiritual realm is. You know what I'm saying? But these brothers held their ground well through the spirit, and this just shows that this is beyond physical battle. This is beyond the physical battle. You know what I'm saying? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You know what I'm saying? So like what you saw there was a huge spiritual warfare due to the word being pushed out. It's being pushed out to where physical ears can hear, but in the spirit world, the demonic, the principalities and powers and rulers of darkness of this world are at rage. They are at rage. You know what I'm saying? And all praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So that's one scripture right there.
It's your fault. It's your fault. Y'all don't believe in unity. Okay, but we was brought over here for some bullshit. Nigga, it don't matter what we was brought here for. What you doing now that you help? Keep going. That's what I'm saying. Look what they doing out of there here, bro. Man, that shit don't mean nothing. That's history. That's history. Read the scriptures, bro. You got black.
Now, all praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai overall. At the same time, a lot of commend and salute to the courage and the bravery with these brothers, because even in spite of being threatened with the weapon and damn near nearly being sliced, what did these brothers do? They got back in order. They stood their ground, back in order where they stood, and they continue on reading in the face of danger. That shows the mightiness in the power of being in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And here's a really good scripture. Here's a really good scripture for that too. It says it says 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 27, but Yahweh had chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And here's the point. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. You know what I'm saying? So, well, that really didn't. This scripture actually goes with another part of the video that I'll soon bring out later again. I didn't prepare myself to bring the scripture out for that, but I'm sure there's a scripture in there that it says that that the men of the Lord are brave as a lion, you know, and that this part right here clearly shows that he's brave as a lion. You know what I'm saying? By continuing on. You see, with full power and full authority, this is the book of Isaiah, like a lion, like a trumpet, continued on boldly, you know, in the spirit, in the spirit.
You ain't killed shit. You ain't no fucking killer, nigga. God was a killer. God was a killer. Stop, man. Stop. The fuck you talking about? Nigga, fuck that. Who feels the type of way? I love to fight. And I'm fucking good. Hey, keep bringing the excuses, man. Alright, what's up? Get back here. What's up? I'll show you. I'll show you, big man. I'll show you. I told you. What's up? Ali knocked out free. Yo, let's close out, man. Close out. Close out.
Now this part was also awesome too at the same time, because this shows a lot of prudence. You know, another part of being in the spirit. Let me show you in scripture. It says here, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Okay, so after these brothers put in work already, three plus hours, 3 hours and plus, you know, near the ending of the of the word being pushed out, of course, the demonic forces couldn't stand the word, you know. And, you know, just pretty much caused a lot of chaos to the brothers out there in the highways and byways. So a prudent man. So these brothers being prudent, you know, and humble. And putting their egos to the side. And pick and choosing their battles. A prudent man foreseeth an evil. Because this guy was like running in circles around the prophets, you know, with a knife. And so, you know. So the brother was like, you know what? Close it. Shut it down. You know. That's it. You know, we've already put forth the work. That's it. That was being prudent. You know, it takes a very strong-minded person to put his ego and pride to the side and be like, you know what? That's it. You know, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on. So, you know, he did a good job by not being simple, by standing out there and continuing on, you know why? And are punished, you know, for risking being stabbed on his blind side, you know, when you least suspect it. You know, this guy that was highly intoxicated, was just out of order and out of control, you know, under the influence, without hesitation, could have definitely, you know, stabbed, you know. And I know that guy is probably thinking at that time, oh, you know, I scared the prophets, woo, woo, woo. No. These brothers acted accordingly and in order. And these brothers did well. And they actually did exactly what Yahushua did at one point as well. And I can bring that on scripture. All right. And here's the word prudent. Prudent. Acting with or showing care and thought for the future. What? Northeast Ohio 7th grader shoots himself at school. Hey, you know, that's the Lord's business. All praise Yahweh Bashim Yan Shai. You know what I'm saying? So acting with or showing care and thought for the future. So these brothers being prudent showed care for the future. You know, showed care for one another. Why? Because we're a body. You know, we're a body, you know, and I can bring that on scripture. Ephesians 4 verse 16, for the whole body filthy to joined together and compacted by that which, let me start from the top. Ephesians 4:16. From whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto edifying of itself in love. So everybody, you know, in these camps are important. They play an important part, you know, are important, man. So by being prudent, you know, it takes a strong mind to walk away, to turn the cheek. It takes a very strong mind. So salute to these brothers, man. You know, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai, first and foremost, you know. So prudent, you know, acting and showing care and thought, to be thoughtful of one another for the future. You know what I'm saying? So this is great. You know? And look at Yahushai. John chapter 8 verse 57. And said the Jews unto him, unto Yahushai, thou art not yet 40 years old, and how thou seen Abraham? But Yahushai said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Then they took up stones to cast at Yahushai, but Yahushai hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. So that dude must be saying in his mind, yeah, man, I scared him off. Yeah. But, you know, little does he know, the same thing that happens to these brothers, same thing happened to Yahushai. And the same way these brothers reacted and handled themselves accordingly, it's the same way Yahushai did. You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome. Yahushai took off too. He's like, you know what, man? Nah, man. Psst. And these brothers, you know what? Nah, man. Now, is it going to stop these brothers? Nope. These brothers are going to be out there next Saturday, stiff for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, bold like a lion. I'm going to be their witness. You know what I'm saying? So this was a beautiful experience. What else do I got in here? You know what I'm saying? You know? And if anybody, because there's 111 views on that video, and if anybody dares to even say, oh, well, these brothers got scared, these brothers are scared, you know, so what? Now, they weren't scared through the spirit. Maybe they felt the hint, maybe just a hair of fear because of the flesh. We're still in this flesh, so we're gonna feel different emotions: sadness, gladness, excitement, fear, sadness, happy, love, joy. We're gonna feel all these feelings that the flesh springs up, you know, but nothing to be ashamed of. Why? Because even Yahushai showed great sorrow, fear, when he was about to get crucified, and we can prove that in scripture. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, you know. And you know, and it says, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, oh, my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but thou wilt. And let's go up to 38. It says, then saith he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful. So the Lord was sorrowful too. The Lord felt fear. He felt afraid. What do you think? He knew what he was up against. He knew what he was going to face. You mean to tell me he didn't feel a little tiny bit of fear? You got to be kidding me. But the Lord stayed in the spirit, such as these brothers, they stayed in the spirit. You know, even being faced with danger, they continued on reading. And then he just got more crazy and started running circles. And it was just, you know what? You know, they were then they made the decision to be prudent, which is wise and honorable in the sight of the Most High. You know. Now let's get one more scripture. It shows that the Lord also expressed great sorrowness and some fear, some kind of fear, but stayed in the spirit and held his ground and took that cross like a man, like an honorable man, soldier. Luke 22 verse 42 saying, Father, thou, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as were great drops of blood falling on the ground. So that's how much agony, sorrow, sadness, fear was on Yahawashi himself, being that he was in the flesh. Because that what was the flesh was. The flesh is going to bring fear, happiness, joy, sadness, agony. Those are things of the flesh. So, you know, it's, but he stayed in the spirit and he took it like a man. And these brothers stayed in the spirit and they continued on reading after the first attempt of them being stabbed. They went right back into the word like a bold lion, back in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So those are just certain things I wanted to point out that relates to the spirit, that relates to the scripture. You know, and this is not a and it's not a So I hope this was edifying. And what am I trying to say in this video? I'm just trying to say that I don't know. I just want to connect scripture with how that was handled and decisions that were being made, and that it was humble to walk away from facing danger like that to give encouragement. Not if any brother feels like, damn, I should have done this better, I should have done that better, just to encourage the brothers, y'all did an excellent job in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that nothing you did was unhonorable or anything. It was wise, it was prudent, it was brave as well, and it was smart, man. You pick and choose your battles, you held your ground, things got more hectic, and you decided to be prudent. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shai did the same thing. Yahweh Shai didn't stand there like a fool and allow them to stone him. Nah, man. You know what I mean? He ducked off right when they were about to stab him, stone him. Y'all ducked off right when they were about to stab y'all. Like, it's the same thing. It was just the same thing. So I think it's really cool, man. So Yahweh Shem Yashai, all praise. Shalom bedroom, Shalom Israel. We're almost out of here. Death to America. Death to this dollar bill. Don't take the mark of the beast. Was the RFID chip. Death to America. Death to you. Death to you Americans. You Esau.